So your first lesson that we were going to learn and are learning about currently this year is about pop art. And we're going to look at Andy Warhol. And pop art has some pretty exciting things going on with it. I think you're really going to enjoy it. First of all, things you should know about pop art. Pop art was taken from the word popular art or popular images. And what you'll find with pop art is it's all really simplistic images that most people can recognize at first glance. So take a look at these. Start looking for repeated images, repeated colors, and colors that are paired together a lot that really pop when they're next to each other. Think about where you see those things in life today, like your Under Armour sweatshirts. How many of you have kind of a gray or a black sweatshirt, and maybe the Under Armour symbol is popped in a bright neon color? That's because they complement each other. They have a lot of contrast, and the colors pop. So not only does pop art pop in its colors, but it pops because it's popular images taken from our everyday lives. Andy Warhol is one of the key artists of this movement, and he is a rebel artist. He was different than most artists because he wanted to be a superstar. He wanted to be super famous and have all the famous people come to his parties if he had them and be friends with him. So when he was young, his career started because he was very sick as a child, and he'd often be kept at home to rest, and he would use that time to draw. His first or early careers consisted of him painting windows for department stores and then later creating advertisements of shoes and things. Then he branched into pop art. Now, he's called a rebel because he created a studio that he called the Factory, and this is where he would work. But a lot of people wanted to learn from him. So he would bring them on, he'd have them create artwork and teach them to make artwork just like him. And then in exchange, they would not keep the art, they would let him sign it and sell it as his own. So if you get an original Andy Warhol, it's worth millions of dollars because there aren't very many. He's definitely a person that thinks smarter instead of working harder. When we went to familiar images with loud colors slide, purple and yellow are found opposite each other on the color wheel. Green and red are opposite colors on the color wheel. Blue and orange are Pop art was super exciting because it was meant to be for everyone. Not just the rich to enjoy and understand, and not just for the poor to enjoy and understand. It's meant to be for everyone. And pop art looked at the relationship between art and all the people opposites. So, complementary colors actually mean opposite colors on the color wheel, and they complement each other because they look very, very bright. On the next slide, I slowly start to outline the steps of your project, but to see me demonstrate the project face to face, please click on the link on the last PowerPoint, and that'll take you to my live YouTube video where you'll get to see, and we'll talk a little bit more about pop art's use of colors and images and how to create your own pop art colors.